Hello, I'm Wade Gourley, Chief of Police with the Oklahoma City Police Department. I wanted to address some concerns, questions that we've received numerous amounts about over issues that are going on in our community right now and how the police department is handling those. First off, I want to tell you that the proclamations that have been released and the executive order by the governor, those are in place for everyone's safety. We're trying to keep the spread of this virus from getting worse and getting out into the public and affecting people's health and ultimately their lives. But the police department's role in that, what we're trying to do is educate people and let them know that this is a dangerous thing. We need to take it seriously and we don't need to be out. We need to be following the instructions of our leaders. What the police department is doing is as we identify an issue or something that is going on in the community that violates the executive order or the mayor's proclamation, we're notifying those individuals of the safety risks that go with that. We're doing everything we can to disperse those individuals, to get them to comply with the law and just be educated in what they're doing. If it does come to a point where we just agree to disagree, we'll make a report on that and refer that on to our city prosecutors to look at beyond that. In most cases that we've run across since this all began, when we go out and we talk to the public and educate them about what's going on, they disperse and go on about their business, and that's been the way we've been handling it. At this time, we have not issued any citations or made any arrests, and hopefully don't have to do that as part of this shelter in place. With that being said too, some of the most confusion that we've seen are as it relates to parks and playgrounds. Playground equipment is one of those areas where the virus can spread easily, so we are keeping people off of that. If we go out and we see people on the playground, we're just again educating them, advising them that's not a good idea and that they need to stay off the equipment. You are allowed to go out to the park, to exercise, to get outdoors. That's healthy. Just maintain that social distance away from each other. Another thing that we've heard and we've seen talked about on social media is checkpoints or having papers or documentation with you when you're out and about, just running your errands and doing those things that are essential. That is not true either. We are not stopping people just because they're out. We're not looking at people and making an assessment based on their age or anything else. We're just enforcing traffic laws as we always have in those instances, and if you violate a traffic law, there's a chance you will get stopped, but it won't be in relation to the executive order or to the proclamation. Another question that we often get asked about is a curfew. As of this time, there is no curfew set in place except the curfews that have always existed in Oklahoma City over the last several years regarding juveniles. So if you're out late at night or during the day or on a weekend, again, doing something that's essential, that requires you to be out, you're not going to have to worry about being stopped by us just for that violation in and of itself. There is no curfew outside of the normal juvenile curfews that have existed for many years. And so with that being said, you don't have to worry or be in fear out going to your job or going out and getting those essential items. In some communities around the country, we have seen checkpoints that have been set up. Those are not occurring in Oklahoma City. In those cities where those are occurring, they're either very close to or near an area that's been considered a hot spot. And some of those states, those cities have set up those checkpoints to try and help ease the spread or stop the spread of the virus. That is not occurring in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City has over 621 square miles. So just by our nature, we're a spread out city anyway, which is good for us in this environment. And it's not something that as a police department we can lock down. We have to rely on the community to do their part. And for the most part, Oklahoma, we set the Oklahoma standard, and we're seeing that now, almost 25 years after the bombing. We're seeing that Oklahoma standard carries forth in any tragedy or any situation that we deal with. It's tornadoes, it's other things, and it's also this pandemic that we're dealing with now. And because of that Oklahoma standard, what we're seeing is that everyone else is stepping up and doing their part, and we don't have to step in and take that enforcement action. So if you are out there doing something you're not supposed to do, chances are you'll run into us, but we'll take care of it if it's related to the pandemic by just trying to educate those folks and getting them to move along. Anything else that we have to, if it does get to that point where we issue a citation, it'll most likely be because someone didn't cooperate or chose to make a decision that wasn't good for public safety. So I appreciate all that you're doing as a community. I appreciate being a part of this community, and we want to keep our officers safe too. So everything that you do to keep yourself safe helps keep us safe as well. So thank you.